for the people. Judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Shifting minds, I'ma take you there. Get so humble, cause this life ain't fair. Royal rumble, mankind controlled by sock puppets. Spitting rhymes, cause a ruckus.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Hey, SiriusB, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, homie. Been listening to the album since you sent it to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's June 19th. It's Juneteenth. It's Critical Thinking Day. Hey, we're here to celebrate, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. No doubt, man. How's everything with you? Everything is good?
Yeah, man, things are good. Things are busy out here, man. Staying busy for sure with the interviews, with work. You know, everything is going in the right direction. You know what I mean? How about yourself? How you been?
It's been grinding, man. Just living, really, man. Honestly, you know, just got done recording a project and just really been chilling. You know, about to start back working soon. So, but other than that, I'm just chilling right now. Just letting the project marinate. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm happy we could get you on the day. This is like exclusive right here.
Yeah, right.
So, hey, man, happy you could join us, homie.
Sure, definitely.
So, I mean, you know, I mentioned it in my post yesterday. North Carolina takeover this week on my channel.
Yeah.
On the page, you know, SiriusB, Dante M's.
Yeah.
You know, a great conversation dropping tomorrow. We're having a dope one right now. But I mean, talk about your connection to Dante M's. Let's just start right there.
Honestly, I met Dante out in Colorado through Jahndi. Like, Jahndi hit me, like, you know, he's like, yo, this is a guy that lives in your area, you know, and he ended up introducing to us. We actually did a song first. That's how we kind of met each other. We did a song. I sent him a beat. I think Feng Shui made it, and I sent it to him. And he dropped the verse. What's good, Ellis? And he dropped the verse, and we put it together to Sunrise, and we went from there. And we actually didn't meet each other in person till like 6 months later. I had through a show, and I invited him to perform and stuff. So that's when I first met him in person. But yeah, man, he's amazing, man. He puts in a lot of work, man. And him and Jahndi together, that's a great combination. The whole Lonely Boys, like, that's a great combination what they got going on. So I definitely, like, that's my guy right there, for sure.
Yeah, man. It's cool to see them work. Like you mentioned, he's a hard worker. I've seen him put in some work. You know, they're doing a lot out here. And it's crazy that you met him out here. I mean, so what's your initial connection to Jahndi? And it's funny, listening back to our previous conversation, you actually mentioned both of these guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of them at the time, but we caught up now.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy, right? But I met Jahndi through Feng Shui when I came out there. And because when I came, the first time I came, I recorded at the studio. I recorded at the Lab Studios. I recorded that song me and Ophiness did, the song we did. So I recorded that there, and I ended up meeting Jahndi. That was my first time. We had talked on social media, but I met him in person. And we just built a relationship off that. Feng Shui introduced me to him. He's like, yo, go here. He got a good studio. I went from there, man. Jahnd's a good guy, man. I like Jahndi a lot.
Yeah, he is. Man, you know, they let me pull up to the session, just vibe out after work. You know, I'll pull up with a pizza, you know, some good smoke, and it's always a good time with the Lonely Boys.
Yeah, for sure, it definitely is.
So I mean, hey, let's get into it. Critical Thinking Day, Juneteenth. I mean, let's just talk about it. Talk about the whole idea behind it, man. So, what was the initial spark that you know, started this album off?
Honestly, man, I would say just the whole basis of just like the things that's going on in the world, and just being older. Like, I'm in my 30s, man. I'm like, you know, I'm 32, so my mind view from a 25 or a 24-year-old is different on life. You feel what I'm saying? My perspective. So just really coming into my own. Like, this is kind of like I want to say my 7th or 8th studio project where I did, where as far as albums or EPs, but yeah, so just coming into my own and really just, you know, dealing with different sounds, you know, definitely with going back with Drew Prince. We did 2. I got 2 from him. Aronic, that's my guy. I always been working with him. He's like one of the first producers I met when I was shooting a video and on a college campus. So we kind of connected. We've been connected for like 7 years now. So that, and then Fuego, I got him. I just reached out to him. You know, Moose, and although, you know, I've been around him so much, and, you know, I just always peeped his style. So I just reached out to him like, yo, I just want to get a beat from you. And we end up linking, and we kind of built that track. I'm sorry. And then self-taught, he just God. Like I know him through one of my elders who gave me knowledge of self. So we always want to connect and do a beat, but we never just really got time. And I was like, yo, send me something and I can put you'll be the last project on the track, last project on the album. And it went from there. But just really the whole concept of just being older and just like the way I'm thinking, the way the world's going and the way stuff is out here is just, that's just constantly what the basis of it comes. I'm in a very insightful soul on certain things and just how the rhetoric of the world and just understanding stuff. So it's just putting that in my music. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it. A lot of people want to hear the stuff they want to hear, but I feel like as an artist, just who I am, that it works for me. So I always want to spread the message that way, So that was just the whole concept of critical thinking. And just the whole, when I was looking for dates, Juneteenth just was like, it was like, okay, let's drop it on there. I think it was a good time to do it. I think, with just the past weekend of, people being out in the street, especially here in North Carolina, just people having different events and stuff, just seeing it and getting the awareness to it, because most people don't really know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just became something. It always been around. Like, I'm originally from West Virginia, so they always did a Juneteenth festival growing up. So I got to see that a lot. But, like, people, since it's more of a publicized thing, people were trying to get hip to it. So, I just decided to, tag along. It's a good marketing tool, especially for my music.
Yeah, I mean,
that's how
it fits really well for you. You said, a lot of people don't want to hear this style of music, but a lot of people do want to hear this style of music as well.
Right.
So, I love the title, almost, talking about yourself, getting older, thinking more critically, but also it's a reminder to the listener also to, like, think about this album and think about the larger picture.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you
and that's just coming with, I think that just comes with time and just, like you said, age and just understanding. Like, everybody wants to be different. Like, for an example, like, I'm around Moose, I'm around Ofinesse, I'm around all these, all the guys, those are my guys, but I can never be them. I can only be me. You know what I'm saying? I can only learn from their experience in the sense of how they carry themselves, the way they go about business with music, just being around them, for like 2 straight years and just learning a lot from them as an artist. As you grow and you develop and you look like, okay, I need to go about it this way because this is what making them guys go where they are. I'm never going to change my style to be like, oh, I got to be like them, but I'm going to be me, and I'm going to, you learn from everybody's experiences, so you just add a little flavor to your pot and just keep it pushing, So that's just how I do it.
Let's talk about Juneteenth. Bring a little bit more awareness to it. Like you said, you grew up with
so it's kind of
festival.
Like,
and it really wasn't recognized federally until 2021.
Right.
So I really wasn't hip to it until recently, the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So I mean, you want to break it down for the people a little bit?
It's basically that Juneteenth is just a message of, it's basically based on the people who got the slaves that got the message last, that they were free. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically what it is, just to sum it up, to make it, and that's what we kind of celebrate. I mean, it's like my personal views on it. I feel like, it's more of a publicized thing, which is nothing wrong with it. I think it's more so people trying to make profit off of it now. But I feel like it's just like, it's an awareness. It gives us a little bit of history about where we come from. With so much speculation on where we come from and where we started, but it's something that we can kind of build off of. Because like the Juneteenth event I went to, I performed at, it was a small event. It wasn't a major event, but at the same time, it was a stepping stone to get people into a place, to start to understand the history. A lot of people want to be more aware about what's going on. So it's just about understanding the history of that, and that's kind of a major part in history, in American history, that they don't talk. They do talk about it, but they don't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that should be shed a light more on now, in today's society.
Yeah, especially being more sort of recent American history, almost.
Right.
A couple hundred years ago, it sounds like a lot when we think about it. Times have changed a lot, but in the spectrum, in the whole timeline, it's really not too long. So, like you said, we definitely need to make sure we tell people about this history, and people are becoming more aware. They want to know also, which is a good thing. And you mentioned like Juneteenth festivals. I saw a lot of people on my timeline in different areas performing at a Juneteenth festival, or going out to one. So it's dope to see that, and like you said, a dope marketing strategy to sort of connect your album with it.
Yeah,
also.
for sure, definitely.
Let's talk about the sound, man.
Okay.
Like you said, you're feeling more comfortable, maybe coming into your own a little bit
Right.
more.
Right.
The album, perfect length for my ride to work, about 25 minutes or so. We got
Okay.
like 11 songs.
Okay.
So I appreciate that, number one. I used to really like long albums, but I realized that that was when I was living in New
Right.
York, and my commute was an hour long. So
Right.
I had the time.
Okay.
So, you know, attention span, all that stuff. But hey, half-hour projects, right on point. But I love the different vibes that you really bring throughout. You know, it's a smooth sequencing. How did you sort of decide on the song structure and the songs that we have? Were there a lot of extras? I know in our last conversation you said when you record, you know that's usually what comes out.
So this project, I honestly, I recorded it all myself. You know, Mark Spanos, he did most of the mix and mastering except one track that I already had previously recorded. But most of this project, it was like more of me hands-on. Like I was talking to one of my boys, I was like, yo, this project of the emphasis and the creativity that I put into it, it reminds me of something that I recorded like when I was first recording, like at my grandmother's house, you know, in the room recording. You know, it was like that more feel where I had more hands on it. So I really got the time and really got the chance to really master the craft in a sense and like just listen to sounds, the different sounds, you know, because like you said, the range of sounds are totally different. Like Mark Spanos, his sound is different, you know, and the beat that I got from him was the Rise track 2. I got from him, like we made that a year ago, and I sent him this a old sample of that song. You know what I'm saying? And he broke it down and he got it going for me. And that song, that beat is like a year ago. Like I broke to it, but I never really had nothing to like, okay, where I want to put it. I never really had a placement to where I put it. So with this project, it kind of made sense. It kind of went with it. The same is just with Self-Taught. It was just more different. He more in a boom back. So it was more, so I just wanted to get every phase of music that I could come up with that I related to. I wanted to put that into it. Like even with like going back to my older projects and looking, you know, at my older projects, because I feel like it's just all of these songs are just pieces of all the projects that I've done. You know what I'm saying? Just a more enhanced version, a more enhanced feel of it. You know what I'm saying? That's really all it is. Like it's really still the same content of talking about, you know, liberating people through music. You know what I'm saying? Self-awareness, banging lyrics, but it's just more of a heightened presence. It's more being more comfortable in the message that I'm trying to portray. You know what I'm saying? Because like as an artist, you're still always trying to find yourself. You're still always trying to come into your own. And you know, I've been rapping for a long time, but it takes time for you to get comfortable, you know what I'm saying, with yourself, and you to get comfortable with, you know what I'm saying, understanding who you are, especially as a person and just as a man in general. So it's just like, okay, like I took it back to the roots of just recording it myself, where I can actually get to the feel of like, yo, this is what I want. This is the sound is what I want. So it just went from there, and I just started recording. Like it only, in all honesty, it took me maybe like 3 weeks to record this project.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, like because like, you know, I kind of locked in, and like some days I would go back to tracks and finish them up, but at the same time, it's like it was a height and a sense of urgency. Like, yo, like I want to get this done, you know. And everything, and I feel like when you work on that and you manifest that, everything works in order, because it's like I was ahead of the curve. I was able to upload it to the distributor ahead of the curve, so I can get out to each platform correctly and not wait, you know what I'm saying, so I can drop it each time. So just being ahead of the curve, dropping the video for the single, you know what I'm saying, The Great Flood, ahead of the, you know what I'm saying, doing that and having that ready so I can drop that, you know. It's just, so it's still, and I'm still putting in work, you know. I'm still, you know, we still working on putting the next song together, next visual together for the next song,
roll,
you know?
Out and
everything. Next, you know what I'm saying? So it's just all work. It's just about being consistent with it, you know? And that's really what it comes down to, man. Like I said, it's just the growth and development, you know? That's all it is. That's all I can really, that's all I can really, you know, grab to right now. It's just the growth and development. Just want to be a better artist, you know?
Yeah, man, I could see that. I hear it. The music is very layered. Some of the tracks, you know, you're ad-lib it. I don't even want to call it ad-libs, but just saying, like, adding layers, like Hypnotize really stands out. You know, you're in the back, like Hypnotize, like, yeah, man. So, all right, some of my favorites, The Great Flood, Hypnotize, Reebok Classic Interlude. I mean, come on, we just talk about classic hip hop shit, that feel good shit. That's fire. Critical Thinking, of course, the title track.
Okay.
Higher Elevation.
Yeah, that's my
This
track.
is for the people.
Yeah.
Oh man, lot of good ones.
Higher Elevation is probably that's probably my top track. You know, I like it's a smooth beat. It's a New York beat to me. He really like it's a like a New York black and white type video, rooftop type video vibe. That's what I got from that beat, and I liked it. You know, so that's definitely my favorite track. You know, I like all of them, but I definitely like Higher Elevation is Higher Stimulation is my track.
Yeah, man. Hey, salute to all the people in the building, by the way, tuning in. We got O Finesse, my man, Justin Blanco.
Yep.
Nonchalant.
Shout out to Blanco, man. Mr. Nonchalant.
Yeah.
Shout out to what's going
everybody
on?
that's in here.
You know, and like
major salute.
And you know, like we was talking about earlier, like I said, it's a test of just being around the guys like O, Blanco, those guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just you learn from them. You learn so much. You pick off them, and you come back and you're like, okay, this is what they doing. This is how it needs to go, because it show improve. It's like a testament to what they've done over the last 2 years to get them. You know what I'm saying? So you take that and you work. You know what I'm saying? You understand that. You as an artist, all it can do is motivate you to be better. You know? Yeah,
absolutely, man. You know, it helps me too. I'm sort of in a different lane, a different craft within the same world, but you know, I take motivation the same way, and you know, try to take notes, and you know, we're building up a good notebook, a good textbook over here.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, it's dope to see how you're rolling stuff out. Speaking of rollout, you know, more to just the art form, the cover and back cover is fire art, man, by Queen Hornet.
Yeah. So overseas,
how'd that come about?
So honestly, Andrew Jackson, that's kind of like how I got familiar with Queen Hornet, because they did art together. So I just reached out and was like, yo, this is the concept I got. This is what I'm trying to do. And the next day they came back with like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the blueprint of it. And we went from there with the, you know, and that's how it was. The flower idea, I didn't have nothing to, like, honestly, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I just had a picture of art on a person's brain, and then they sent me back the flower idea, and I'm like, yo, that's different. It's different. It stands out. It's vibrant, but it's also, you know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it goes with critical thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's vibrant. It's like a flash. You know, all the colors in the flowers and all that, it just stands out. So honestly, like, I got to give all credit to that, you know, Queen Hornet. Like, that's all on them. Like, I came with a concept and they put it together, and I was like, I like this, you know? So yeah. And this was different, and it was different because usually I work with my guys' styles with artwork, or, you know, guys that I work with, but I'm like, I want to do something different. So I want to reach out to somebody different, you know? Because artwork is everything, you know. Artwork is, especially in music, like, and that catches the eye of a person, you know. For sure. Like, so many people like, yo, that album cover is fire. Like, when your album, you know, just that alone, you know what I'm saying? It's the aesthetics of that makes people want to, you know, share it. Right, you feel me? Like, so it's understanding that, man. That's just, like I said, all a test of being around different artists and seeing how they move and what they do, you know. It's coming together nicely, man. Critical Thinking from SiriusB. It dropped today. Make sure you guys go add that on your Spotify, your Apple Music, and go buy it. I'm sure it's also available on iTunes. Yes, definitely on to the plug. And I'm gonna have I'm definitely in the process of getting physical copies. Okay. I'm only gonna do like 50, a rollout of 50 CDs. I'm gonna sign them, and, you know, and we'll go from there. But I'm gonna do a rollout of that. So that'll be in the next month or two. Sweet, man. Everybody be on the lookout for that. Stay tuned. If you're not following SiriusB, I'm sure you already are. Everybody in here is family. They're tapped in. They're tuned in. But if you're not, make sure you follow and you share with a friend. You know, Juneteenth, Critical Thinking Day, SiriusB Day. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Let's talk about, I mean, The Rise. That's a really dope track. You mentioned that one. There's somebody else on the hook in the background, a female voice. Yes, that's my girl. She on the hook. She doing that. She did that. How did that come together? That's something a little different. I just pulled her in the living room and told her I I need you to get on this real quick, you know? And it went from there.
Hey.
And, you know, and it worked out. So
the engineering skills are pretty good, man. It sounds nice.
Yeah, for sure. That's my young boy Jo. He actually I recorded it when I first moved into the place that I'm in now. We recorded that. So and it went from there. So yeah.
There's a few skits on the album.
Okay.
Are they ones that you sort of had, that you seen before the creation process of this album? Or
Yeah, definitely.
You came across during? Talk about that. Specifically, maybe Unapologetic Thinking, which is a whole track.
Yeah, so the Unapologetic Thinking is something like, so I watch a lot of videos, or a lot of, you know, Instagram. It's a lot of videos that come through there. You know, a lot of people, especially, you know, the algorithm goes off what you like. So, you know, the stuff I like, it all gravitates to me. So usually stuff that I like, I save it. You know, that's my go-to of saving it and seeing what I like. And, you know, I got a lot of stuff like that saved in my phone, as far as like on my Instagram. So I just go through some that I like. The Unapologetic Thinker was something that I found that last minute. You know, somebody sent me that clip. It's crazy. Somebody sent me that clip, and I listened to it, and it was relatable because it's a message that needs to be heard. Like, I live in the city, you know. Like, I moved outside the city. I live 30 minutes outside the city of Charlotte now. Just more space, but you know, but I still go to commute to the city to go to work. But in the city, man, the homeless population is crazy. But it's just a lot of black males, and it's even like that in Denver. When I was out there, was a lot of, you know, homeless people. You know what I'm saying?
Mention that too.
You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. So it's just, you know, and as a black man, I feel like sometimes we are worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? So that was something I felt like I just needed to address, and something that I like. It related to what was going on, so I felt like it needed to be heard. But whether people got offended by it or not, my message is not to offend nobody, but at the same time, I'm gonna be who I am. I can't like not be who I am. Like, I understand who I am, and I understand the purpose. That's why I put the stuff that I put, the skits and the stuff that I put, you know, whether it's radical, whatever you want to call it, controversial, but I put it in there because it needs to be heard. Nobody's speaking on it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's like, yo, leaving that message. You know, I think we are our own critic. We are our own worst fault sometimes, especially in our community. We don't look at it from our perspective of how we can get better. We always want to blame somebody else. So that's just really what it comes down to when I found these skits, especially for this project, Critical Thinking, because it's all about the mind. Like, that's what we need, more critical thinking. Peace of God, what's going on? You know, self-taught, he in the chat right now, man. It's one of God's right there. Yeah, so
yeah,
that's it, really, honestly.
I love it. I love the messaging behind it. I love the whole rollout of it. Hey, it's just a solid project. It's what I appreciate about hip hop, and, like, you know, the essence of it, the roots, the origin of it. You know, it is passing on a message, bringing awareness to certain things, especially the Black community and, you know, the colored community where it started in New York. But it's amazing to see, you know, where we're at now in 2023. You know, we're in an interesting time in music, but right. You know, you're here to certainly balance it out, to help tip the scales back in the right direction. And, you know, I'm in my own little world. So my whole world is you. I'm listening to you recently, Dante Jahndi. Like, it's all positive music, good messaging in the music. So you really can create your own hip hop world, you know, if you will. And you don't need to be tapped in and listening to what everybody else is doing.
That's all it is, about having you know, having just different types of flavor, man. Like, I appreciate music. Like, I like all different types of music. Like I said, I can only be who I am. I can't be nobody else. Like, I know wide varieties of range of people who do music. You know what I'm saying? They do their thing. But that's them, you know, and I respect their craft and their path, and they respect my craft and my path. But it's music, because everybody has a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really what it has to get back to. A music with a message, but it's also a music of understanding and, like, who you are and people being themselves. Like, I listen to some of the music now, and it's good music, but at the same time, it's never like, it's no like the hip hop, like real hip hop, whether it was from Nas, Jay-Z, if it was from TMac, everybody, they was real hip hop, but they was all their own person. They all had their own story to tell, you know?
Yeah, did it in their own way. And that's, hey,
Yeah.
I have written down in my notes, you know, carrying on tradition.
Yeah.
But hey, you continue to do that, man. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the work you put in. And
Yeah.
hey, everybody, we got a bunch of people that just hopped in. I appreciate you tapping in. Critical Thinking is out now. Make sure you guys stream and support that, okay? Tap in with SiriusB. Tap in with Conversations with TMac. You know, I got conversations that drop alternating Tuesdays. We got a brand new convo dropping tomorrow with Dante M's, a Charlotte, North Carolina-based artist.
That's my guy.
Very similar to my man Sirius right here. And hey, they got a couple tracks together, a couple great songs. Hey, tap in, people, all right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Go ahead.
No. Anything else you want to say about Critical Thinking as we sort of wrap up the album talk?
Yeah, so like definitely, man, I appreciate everybody tapping in with me about it. I appreciate everybody, you know, downloading it. It's on Pack of the Plug too. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check if you can't get this available to the streaming platforms or whatever, go check it out on Packer. That's my guy. He supports me. Like, go check him out, man. He definitely fucks with me. So definitely, if you can't get it, go check it out on there. Yeah, man, Critical Thinking is a dope album, man. It's good work, you know. So definitely just keep tapping in with it and let's run it up. Honestly, let's run
yeah, man. Not something you're just gonna play once. If you do play it once, man, you need to think a little bit more critically, all right?
Right, for sure, definitely.
And like I said, my man Sirius is carrying on tradition. I always got, you know, little hints in the background about, you know, how you know, things that I have that relate to the artist. So we got Jazzmatazz by Guru out right now. You definitely bring some jazzy and of course conscious vibes. Can't disrespect again. You know, we got the South in the house. South got something to say.
Yeah, you can't disrespect the South.
And hey, you know, we had to bring out the Black Star shirt, Juneteenth.
Yeah, for sure. You can't.
Classic album, classic messaging, being unique, doing it in their own way.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk about North Carolina hip hop a little bit more. You know, I spoke with Dante. I'm actually sort of a product of North Carolina.
Okay.
We'll save that for the interview. All right. You guys can check that out tomorrow about how that statement is true.
Okay.
But let's talk about North Carolina hip hop a little bit more. You know, I spoke with you, Dante, Swank from Swank and Draft, and also Crisis. So all like North Carolina based or grew up in North Carolina. The more I look into it and think about it, you know, Ninth Wonder and Little Brother. J. Cole, huge influence of mine. I got like 10 J. Cole records back here. Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah, it's, man, listen, it's like, it's crazy. Like, if you like, so you got to understand, like, well, I live in Charlotte. So, like, Raleigh got its own thing going on, Fayetteville, all these places. So, like, I live in Charlotte. So, Charlotte is like, it's so many different artists, like, and it's, the talent is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like wildly range. So like guys like my guy, Jamonte, you know what I'm saying? Like he's my guy. Like he's the man. Like I fuck with him hard. There's so many guys like Luke from Dreamville. You got De Niro Farad. You got his name is Dex. He's one of the background singers for Ari Lennox, but he's also an artist. He's a well good musician. He's taking off right now. It's like it's like so many artists, man. It's like, and it's like everybody, a lot of people that's from Charlotte ain't from Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? You do got your people that's from Charlotte. Don't get it wrong, but this is a melting pot because you got people from everywhere out here. So it's like it's different vibes, man. It's always
similar to Denver in that way, I would say.
Yeah, it is, but it's just like because we in the South, man, and like you got like the baby. Is and that side of music here is crazy too. It's several artists, good artists in that aspect of it out here. You know what I'm saying? P. Frank, you know, Hot Boy Shaq, those guys like on the trap, like those guys are amazing. Like they have their own lane. So Charlotte's got a wide variety of range. I think, you know, people see the baby, you know what I'm saying? The baby is that guy, like he is the person who has shined the light, you know what I'm saying? But it's so many others. Like it's so many other people here. Like it's so many people that's in their own, that's not even as big, but they are big enough in their own lane. You know what I'm saying? It's doing good independently. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Doing great independently out here. So it's like, I know of Charlotte, it's crazy out here. It's a lot of artists.
Hey, That's dope to hear, man. Definitely got to get out there for the next Don and I show or whatever show is out there and experience that vibe, that culture a little bit.
Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. It's a growing city. It's a growing
dope,
city.
Man. That's dope. But let's talk about like more that independent scene. I mentioned Denver sort of being a melting pot also. A lot of people from different areas coming around. But there's a lot of ciphers and events and different lineups with people. It's almost every night there's something I could go to out here. What is it like in North Carolina or around you?
Yeah.
Is that something that happens pretty often? Is that a little bit
Yeah,
more
it's
rare?
always shows.
What's it seem like down there?
It's always shows. It's always somebody doing a show. It's always somebody doing an event. It's all that's constant. You know, they're trying to. I was talking to a guy. I don't know. I think it was at the Juneteenth festival, and I was talking to him, and he was saying like a lot of the shows, a lot of the venues now out here are trying to get. They're not trying to really do hip hop shows. At one point, we had a lot of venues that were doing shows. So people still doing shows creatively in that one. Actually, my guy Mert's son, he just popped in. He told me this. He told me this at the Juneteenth festival. Like a lot of the big venues, they don't want to do hip hop shows. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's insurance liability to them. You know. So, but it's still shows out here. It's still creative ways people doing shows. You know what I'm saying? People always doing events. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely mad shows out here. Like, yeah, it's never not a night, not somebody not doing a show or an event, an open mic or something, you know?
Yeah, it's good to hear because, like I said, the more I thought about artists from North Carolina, it's a strong list, a really strong list, man.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It's a lot of artists. It's wild out here, honestly. People, it's a lot of music.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You got to tap me in a little bit more. You know what I mean?
You need it, like my guy Mert's son. You need to tap in with him. He's a soulful artist. He's a great hip hop artist. You'll gain a lot from his music. I'm telling you.
Okay. Oh man, hey everybody in here, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys connect with me. I do a lot of interviews. I drop them all on YouTube, but you know we got a real special one. This is the first IG Live special with a real special artist. He goes by the name of SiriusB. And like I mentioned, Critical Thinking, it dropped today. Make sure you guys go support. You know, a bunch of people in the comments saying they liked it. What's everybody's favorite track off the album so far? Hit us in the comments. What's your favorite track?
Yeah, let me know.
But yeah, let him know. And any questions you guys have, throw them in there too. You know, we'll relay them and we'll chop it up a little bit. But hey, Sirius, any plans of another Colorado trip soon?
Yeah, I do want to come
to live studios. What's the word?
I do want to come out there. I want to come out there and record again. I definitely want to do that. It's just about timing though. You know.
Sure.
I know my guy's he not out there like that. You know what I'm saying? So I got time when he gonna be out there because I definitely got to see him. And it's definitely time for me and him do another song together. You feel what I'm saying? So
for sure,
I'm definitely want to get with him, man. But now whenever, like honestly, you know, if you can link me or know anybody that's doing shows, is looking for artists to do shows out there, I'll definitely come out there. You know, I definitely still got a lot of people. I still got a lot of Colorado connects. They always ask me when I'm coming back. So
yeah. Dope, man. Hey, well, we're looking forward to it. You know, bring you out to Blue Pan Pizza. Oh, yeah. You know, and now I got a new question. Okay. You know, since you were on last time, I'm asking everybody what is on their ultimate pizza. If I was to make a SiriusB Pizza, what would be on that?
You know, like I like cheese, just straight cheese. You can do like I don't eat meat no more, but if I did, it would be like chicken and pineapple. You know. I like chicken and pineapple type of guy, you know.
Okay.
So I would say I'm simple, but I like something like that.
Nice, dude. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Pineapple, I'm still on the line about it. I'm still a little iffy about it.
So why you don't like pineapple on pizza? Like, let me hear this.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, I don't have sweet. What other sweet toppings are on a pizza? You know what I mean? Like I can't think of any like sweet toppings that I put on a pizza besides maybe like some peppers or something. Yeah, so the pineapple is a little much for me. You know, I'm a New York traditionalist.
It's different.
You're right.
Dude, like
and that's why I don't like it because it's too different for me.
All right, I give you that.
Yo, salute to Dante in the house.
Yeah,
we already talked about it interview dropping tomorrow. It's a North Carolina, North Kakalaki takeover here,
Yeah, for sure.
on TMac the DJ's channels. And we're happy that that's happening. We're happy to let that be.
He said pineapple
on the pizza just ain't right. Hey, you know, from the
Nah,
man himself.
Tripping. The tripping.
Stay tuned tomorrow, because in the Dante interview, I asked him the same question, and he tries the pizza. He was around. I made the pizza for him. So, you know, you guys can check that out tomorrow. Dropping at like 8 a.m. or something like that. I might just drop it earlier. So, you know, whenever everybody's awake, you know, they can go and get it. But North Carolina takeover. We're here with SiriusB. I mean, I think that kind of wraps it up, man. That's kind of all the questions I had. What music are you listening to nowadays? Maybe when you're in the creation process, you try to block it out. But anything
Hey,
you
listen,
sort of tap in with right now?
I'm always an old school guy. Like, I listen to a lot of old school music, you know what I'm saying? Whatever beats I like I hear, you know, I listen to variations of music. So whatever, I might listen to, you know, I listen to a lot more, you know, Moose, of course. I'm listening to a lot. I can't wait for the next one to come out. You know, I know that's gonna be big. I know it's gonna be big for him. So I definitely can't wait to hear that. Listen to that. A lot of people, just a lot of local artists. Still some of the same local artists. Merch Son. I like this chick named Sianka. She's pretty dope out here. Whatever, man. Honestly, I can't right now. I really can't think of like whatever come my way. I like old school though. Old school definitely though. Like a lot of old school, like 70s, 60s soul. You know what I'm saying? Soul music, good R&B, Isley Brothers, stuff like that. I like that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's it to me. That's inspirational because, like, I like that, and you know, a lot of their music had a message in it. If you really listen to it, they had a good message. You know what I'm saying? It was smooth. So I definitely any old school from the 60s to the 90s to the early 2000s, anything. So real talk.
My man, you gotta send me. Hey, you gotta send me your playlist, man. I'm on that same vibe. You know, we gotta exchange a little bit.
If you got some jazz though, I'm trying to get more jazz. I need to know more jazz people. I know some people, but I need to know a little bit more jazz. That's what I need.
Not too deep into jazz. Do you have Spotify? What do you use?
I use Apple Music.
Okay. So there's this Spotify playlist called Acid Jazz. Okay. And it's just like fire. It's a little bit of like R&B, you know, some Erykah Badu in there. Okay. It's like some funky, groovy stuff. So I'll send you some screenshots of the artists on there, and then you could tap in, you know, on the other side. But yeah, man, I got to tap into some more jazzy stuff too. Maybe we'll have to hit up John.
A La Rue, what's going on? A La Rue, that's my guy. A La Rue, my guy.
Peace.
That's a good guy right there.
Peace.
That's a good guy.
A La Rue. Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate him tapping in. Nonchalant. You know, he was here when I asked this question initially, but he needs a reminder of the good places to eat in North Carolina and Charlotte, man. What are them go-to food spots?
Man, now it's so much. Like if I would say you like, it depends a lot now. Like I work in a nightclub, so and a restaurant too, but I work in a nightclub at night, so a lot of people have their own catering. The food trucks out here hit. I would say I like Cuzzo's Cuisine. Those are my peoples. I definitely like them. Cuzzo's Cuisine.
Mention that.
Yeah, Cuzzo's is always good. A lot of people, I don't know people Bojangles. Like people like Bojangles. I'm not a Bojangles fan like that, but people love Bojangles. I would say, what else is good out here? I don't know if y'all have American Deli out there. American Deli, a lot of people eat American Deli.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. American Deli's pretty good. It's so much though. It's so many little small spots, man. I just can't think of all of them right now. Like it's so much.
Hey, in both interviews he mentioned Cuzzo's Cuisine, so we know that that's a go-to when we arrive.
They're my people. They're real genuine people. I watch, you know, they're good people. So I definitely always gonna support them.
Dope, man. Hey, well, so will we when we get down there.
For sure.
Once again, everybody, thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in, staying locked in for this live interview. This is the first one. We have some more to come, but hey, we had to kick it off with a very special artist on a very special day. SiriusB, Critical Thinking is out now.
Yeah, go support,
go stream, go share the picture, go print out the picture, and stay tuned for the physical CDs.
Word, sure. Yep, for sure. I'll be dropping those soon.
Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Stay tuned. SiriusB, appreciate you tuning in, taking the time to speak with me about the album. And hey, man, we're going to get back and listen to the album a lot more.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. Peace.
Right, peace.
Everybody who's still in here, peace. I appreciate you. We got a interview dropping tomorrow with Dante M's, like I mentioned. It's a North Carolina takeover on TMac the DJ channel. This interview, we got it recorded, so it'll probably drop in about a week or so if you guys missed any of it. So make sure you listen to the album in the meantime, get a little bit more context. Critical Thinking, dope album, dope sound, dope artists, bringing more of these dope vibes, I pointed out Guru and Jazzmatazz, Black Star, freaking Stankonia back here, Outkast. Amazing duos, groups, and solo artists that Sirius has definitely pulled inspiration from and has created his own art with. So big salute to Sirius, salute to Critical Thinking, salute to Juneteenth, salute to you. Make sure you guys follow, connect with me. I'll follow back. Link in my bio to connect with my YouTube channel. Like I mentioned, I got a brand new interview with another North Carolina artist, Dante M's. Ooh, that shit fire. That's dropping 8 a.m. tomorrow Mountain Time. I might just put it out earlier. Maybe I'm going to drop it at midnight. Stay tuned. Share, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace.
Niggas rep every hood but parenthood. I overstand, you understood. I know I can, he wish he could. From bad to good, bring it back, no woods. Roll some pressure, watch a lecture. Build my black private sector like professors, no decks, no flex, no Jesus.